Hope you brought a change of undies. Things are about to get spooky. It's the Halloween edition of the Brian and Sherry Show.
Oh my God, Josh, thank you so much. Oh, Sherry, it's spooky. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to Brian and Sherry's Spooky October, where all of our shows here in the month of October obviously are going to be something Halloweenish. So, different types of guests. Hello everyone. Welcome to Facebook Live. They're starting to pour in now. You haven't missed anything. We just started. So, hello to Daniel Payton. Welcome everyone. Brian here, and of course I'm joined with my spooktacular co-host, Sherry Johnson, of course.
Hi everyone, and welcome to our spooky Halloween show. One of many. I just love that. I love the beginning of our show. That was great.
I know.
That was really cool.
It only took them 24 hours to make that, so... Our wonderful, wonderful, what do you want to call him? The voice of the Brian and Sherry Show, Josh McClellan, made that. He is from Canada, so he has been doing it for the past, three and a half years. So, yeah. So I asked him, and he made it for me. And
I know he's trying to be all spooky and all, but his voice really sounded different, and it shows what a range he has for doing voiceovers. It's really great.
So when he does the Christmas one, I'm going to see what he comes up with. Because I just give him free reign. I don't say do it this way or do it that way or whatever. Like, he'll ask me a couple of questions here and there to kind of get the feel of what I'm looking for. But other than that, he just says whatever.
Right, right.
Wow. Hello, everyone on Facebook Live. Hello, Katie. Thank you, Katie. My spooky mug. I'm using my Mickey spooky mug.
I love it. It's so cool.
My coffee, yeah. I don't know if you can see it, but what people don't realize is that I can turn it around. And it's backwards, sorry. But it says boo to you.
Now, is this an item you got in Disney?
No, I did not. I got this at the Disney store.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah. Who else is watching us? My grandmother is watching us. Diane Pate, who is also the guest tonight on our show. We're going to be talking to her fairly soon. Jeremy Knox, Joey Griffin, hello. Connor, hello. William. Dan says boo. Boo to you.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Hey, we have to give a big shout out to Mark Labram. He had a birthday.
Mark Labram, happy birthday.
Yeah. Well, it was the other day, but he had one this week, so I want to be sure we mention him.
Yeah. We have a lot to talk about tonight. So, well, a couple of things anyways. So, besides our guest, which you have already had the pleasure of talking with Diane Pate on Sherry Clip, which aired
Tuesday.
Correct. At 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Till 6:30. I did listen to the show. Not at that time. I listened to it afterwards. Unfortunately, I was working, so I wasn't able to listen to it live. Otherwise, I would have called in and whatnot. So, hello to Amanda Nuremberg.
Yeah, we had a great show. Diane is such a great person. I cannot wait to be talking to her again. I have so many awesome responses from that show, Brian. It was really great.
Yeah, and I saw that a lot of people were tuning in to the show, so it's a positive thing as well. So anytime we do these shows, whether it's an author or a paranormal researcher or a psychic medium, it draws the crowds because they love listening to that stuff, you know? So, yeah. So I can't wait to talk with her.
Mm-hmm.
Because it seems as if though you guys had fun. The show went very well.
It did. And Brian, I also want to mention last week when we had author Diane Pate on, I've had a lot of responses about the book and when that's coming out as well, which is really cool. So I just want Dan to know a lot of feedback from last week's show on that.
Yes, Diane's book that's going to be coming out fairly soon, October 16th, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Earth's Last Star Trek. Oh, my Lord. Earth's Last Starship, which is available for pre-order on Amazon. Dan put the link right there. So I expect people to pre-order the book. Wait for it to come out. If you want, you can buy it straight from Amazon. You can go to Barnes & Nobles and ask them about it. I'm pretty sure that they'll be able to order it for you. Hello, Billy. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Rachel. So, yeah, I can't wait for this book to come out.
I know. I'm very, very excited as well.
Very excited. So
I'm glad we can pre-order it. That's even cooler.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to pre-order it right now.
Mm-hmm.
While we're talking about it. Earth's Last Starship. Let's see what pops up. There it is. Earth's Last Starship, a spaceship fantasy adventure. Due to come out October 16th.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I order it? I would like... Oh, this is for the Kindle. I don't want the Kindle. I wanted a book. All right, well, I will pre-order. I think there we go. I just ordered it. All right, so when it comes out, I'll be able to read it on my, whatever. So we have a couple of interesting haunted places to talk about it here in Berkshire County. So we're going to be going over that list later on. What costumes people are planning on wearing for Halloween this year. There's a lot of new costumes that have come out. I, for one, am not wearing one. Don't ask. And we are going to be going over there's a list of 150 best horror movies, but we're not going to go over all 150, maybe a couple at a time per show. So maybe your favorite one has made the list. So we'll find out afterwards. So the other thing is that Brian and Sherry 4.0 t-shirts will be available to order starting tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Yes, that will be on our website.
All right. We've been waiting for those.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. They're ready and
It's great.
ready to go, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, I can't wait. So hello, Joel Crafton.
Hey, Joel.
Hello to my aunt. My aunt is watching. Mia. Hello, Mia. All you wonderful people, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and share this video with your friends, your family, your ghoulish enemies. Yeah. So, yeah. So what's been going on, Sherry?
Nothing. Just I wanted everyone to know that today is Cinnamon Roll Day, Brian. I love cinnamon rolls so much. Oh, my gosh. But I can't have them anymore. But I do love them. And so if you guys love them, a day to celebrate them is to, of course, bake them or have them. So I don't know if anyone had cinnamon rolls today, but it's kind of a thing to throw out there. You know, it gets to be a little bit cooler weather. People start getting into baking and being really creative, especially, you know, Halloween. There's so much Halloween foods you can come out with and just fun and exciting things to start thinking about with cooler weather coming in. So.
Yeah.
Wanted to share that.
Any Halloween plans?
Not as of yet. Not for me. I've kind of been veering around that because I'm such a busy person, Brian, as you know. I do not have a lot of time in my schedule lately, but I want to do something creative.
Yeah, I hear you on being busy. I'm very busy myself with doing the show and working and all that fun stuff. I've been invited to 2 Halloween parties already, and it's it's getting crazy. So, yeah.
Very cool. So you're going to have to get a costume, right? You can't go to a party without a costume.
I'm not wearing a costume. So you can forget it. I'm not wearing one.
Mm-hmm.
Go see.
Well, you guys, there are so many amazing costumes that are out there right now. We tried to look up winners for the best costumes because we were asked to come up with what costumes are really going on this year. What are the most popular ones? And the one for female that I was able to find is Wonder Woman for females.
Yeah, I can see that. Yep.
And guys, there are a lot of guy ones. So I think what's really sticking out a lot is the Incredibles. Mr. Incredible is a really popular costume for people. But I thought there'd be other ones other than that this year, you know?
You never know.
No.
My problem is that I'm getting fat. So I don't really fit into a lot of costumes. And I'm very picky when it came to buying costumes. That, and they're so expensive.
They are. Wow. I know.
When did costumes become so expensive? Well, everything's expensive, but so I just don't feel the need to waste money on a costume that I'm probably going to only wear once.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. And, those costumes, you guys, were for adults, by the way. I should have mentioned that. You know, kids ones, there's so many out there. But, you know, Ryan, they're starting to get really detailed, you know?
Yeah.
These costumes, you really start looking just like whatever you're trying to be. And I think that's where the price is coming from, is all that detail work they're throwing into them. I can remember as a kid, Mom just used to make us whatever we had laying around the house, you know? You know, and now there's so many costumes. Now there's Halloween stores that just come in and set up temporarily. It's called Spirit. Have you seen that one? And they're only here for I think 2 months. They bring in this entire store, set it all up, and then they leave. Right at Halloween. It's amazing. But they do.
Yeah. Hello, Savi. Amanda wanted to know if you saw the family PJs of Incredibles.
I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't, but that sounds cute.
Have you been in the Spirit store?
I haven't been this year. I did see it's open, but I was in last year, and it was amazing. Like, all the different costumes that they had was just incredible.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I haven't been in there either, so I have no need to really go in there for anything, I don't think.
Yeah. Well,
even though the parties that I was invited to want you to show up in costume.
Oh, well,
oh
you
man,
gotta do something.
I don't know. I'll think about it. I just don't want to waste money on something I'm only going to wear once. Maybe I should just put a sheet over me with 2 little holes, and that's it.
You should. That would work.
Okay, we'll do it that way.
Scare everyone. Yeah. Why not? Hey.
What?
Your new jacket.
Dan says many of those temporary Halloween stores are setting up in the old Toys R Us. The undead spirit of the toy stores are being revived by Halloween. It's true. It's true. That's kind of what happened here. When our store left, they were in there for a little bit. We had Toy Works, and Spirit went in there for a year or 2. Now they moved up towards the mall and is taking over your old favorite store spot. I think it's Best Buy, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know it. Well, whatever. Yeah, that's what happens. So, see, and Diane doesn't do costumes either. Thank God for our team. So, but I'll think of something. I'll do something. I don't know. So, hello, Jennifer. Welcome to the show. We are 14 people live interacting with us and growing.
Please share, you guys, by the way.
Yeah, share and like this video. So, without further ado, I think it's time to bring on our first Spooky October guest, which is psychic medium Diane Pate, because I know she's waiting.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Hello.
Diane Pate, welcome.
Hi, everybody. I am
Hi.
so happy to be your first guest on Spooky October. So
Awesome.
I'm really happy to be
here.
here.
Welcome to our show tonight.
Oh, I'm
welcome.
Yeah, I'm all excited to be on the show. Just keep in mind, Brian, I have you on Facebook Live, so if you make any faces at me, I can see you.
I promise I won't do that.
Well, I just wanted to warn
Anyway.
you, just in case you decide to do some bunny ears behind yourself or something.
Okay.
But
You're being watched.
I'm so happy to be here and to be talking with you guys. And hello, everybody out there. It's such a pleasure to have been offered this. So I guess I should just jump right in and tell everybody pretty much how I started and got into this. I've been doing psychic work professionally since 2009. I had a wonderful mentor. Her name was Laura of the Light. She was a wonderful psychic, and she's the one that recognized the gift in me. And she said, "You need to start helping people out. You have such a light around you. You have such a kind and loving heart. You need to start helping people with your gift." And I was, no, I can't do this. No, I can't do that. So I said, "How do I begin?" And she said, "Start off with taking a tarot class, learn how to read tarot cards." So I did, and it was a 6-week course, and by the 3rd week, I didn't even need the tarot cards anymore. I realized I could hear messages from my angels without using the tarot cards. So that's where I kind of jumped into doing parties, and I'm clairaudient, and which means I hear messages. I'm clairvoyant, which means I can see things, see messages, I can come out with the color car that someone drives. I'm a finder of lost objects. As a matter of fact, I have a little story to share tonight with the audience about that. I'm also do mediumship, and I'll get into that in a little bit. And, of course, I read tarot cards. I don't need them, but a lot of people do like that modality, so I'm happy to do that. If people prefer that, I can do tarot cards. As a matter of fact, living here in the Berkshires, I have read for one of the New York housewives. I'm not going to say which one, but I'm going to put it out there that I did have a client come to my condo, and she was a New York housewife on the television show. Are you guys familiar with that?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Yeah.
And in our discussion, before you came onto the show, so I think I remember you telling me that. So we mutually know who it is. I'm not going to say who it is.
I'm not going to divulge her name or whatever, but I just wanted to put that out there. So I began working, doing parties and such, and then from there, in 2009, I started with Psychic Power Network as one of their phone psychics and worked for them until October of 2016. And all those years that I was with them, just about every single week I was a top-rated psychic with them, which is a lot of reading, a lot of talking to clients. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of that fact. I was with them for a while, and I kept that top-rated slot for quite a long time. So the mediumship part of my gift came out of the blue. I didn't even know that I was capable of doing it. I didn't know that I had that gift. And I was doing a party here in the Berkshires for a bunch of ladies and wonderful women, and I was doing a reading for one of them, and I literally saw a spirit in front of me that was standing behind her. I described the spirit. I gave her the name of the spirit, and she started crying, and I said, oh, please don't start crying, because if you start crying, I start crying, because I'm empathic as well, which means I can feel your feelings. I can feel everything that you feel. I can't even watch a Lassie movie without crying, so, it's kind of difficult when you're empathic. And being an empath has nothing to do with the psychic part of it. Not everyone who is psychic is also empathic, and not everyone who's empathic, they have nothing to do with each other. It's just part of what I am or who I am. So I gave her the name of who the spirit was that was standing behind her, and it turned out to be her father, who had passed over. And that's what psychics work with different. Some psychics call them their spirit guides. Some psychics call how they get messages just from their spirits. I refer to my girls, and I like to call them my girls, as angels, because I have 3 of them that give me the messages. And I just refer to them as angels, because that's what they look like to me. Literally, to me, that's what they look like, with wings and everything. That's how I see them, anyways, when they give me messages. And that's what they will do when I'm doing mediumship, or someone comes through from the other side. They will give me something, either a name, or they will describe something that only you know, that I don't know, that only you know. And that's proof to you that I'm talking to someone from the other side. And that actually happened between Sherry and I when she was doing the preliminary interview with me a couple of weeks ago. I had someone that kept saying, tell her I'm here to prove to her you're real. Not that I felt that she needed proof, but it was just there. And after we had finished the preliminary interview, I told her that there was someone that kept speaking to me, and he told me his name, and I believe I said it was a father figure, which is either an older brother, a father, stepfather, grandfather, and it turned out to be someone that she did know. So I think we got goosebumps, the 2 of us. Did we not, Sherry?
Oh, that was amazing.
Yeah. But that's what I tell people. I tell people, don't tell the psychic who you want to talk to. Let the psychic do the work. If someone comes through, they come through. So I have a little story about being a finder of lost objects. I thought I'd like to share something different tonight, and that's what I decided I would share, since that is part of my gift. I had a friend who called me up, and she said that she was going out with her husband, and she couldn't find her keys. And she had moved into a new home in the Hudson, New York area, and I had not even been there yet. Didn't have any idea what the inside of her house looked like, hadn't been there. And I said, okay, where are you, as you're talking to me? And she said, I'm sitting on my couch. And I said, okay, I feel like they're in front of you. What do you have in front of you? Do you have a credenza? Do you have a bookshelf in front of you? And she said, well, actually, I have a credenza that has bookshelves in it. I said, I'm seeing something red. Whatever it is that's on top of that credenza is on top of your set of keys, and it's red. And she said, well, there's a red cap, a red baseball cap. And I said, okay, lift it up. I believe your keys are there. So she walked over to the credenza, lifted up the ball cap. There it was, her set of keys. So,
wow.
Yeah, that she was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you found my keys. She says, I don't know what they're doing there, but I said, well, you're welcome. And she went on her way with her husband to dinner. So, yeah. I had another friend who had lost keys. I helped her find. It's not an easy thing to do. I've even found animals. I had a really good friend a few years ago who her cat had taken off, and I described where I thought the cat was, the house color, everything. I said, it's on the next block. I said, go on the next block. There's like a yellow house. Go to that house. And she did, and that's where the cat was. And she called me on her cell phone and said, I've got my cat back. So it's very difficult to find animals because they move. They move around. So it is difficult to find an animal. But, luckily the people who had found the cat thought it was just a stray and brought it into their home. So the cat had no place to go but that house, that set of four walls. So it was easier for me to pinpoint where the cat was. So I'd like to ask anybody out there if they have any questions about my gifts. I'm not doing any readings tonight, but if anybody has any questions that they'd like to pose through Brian or Sherry, I'd be happy to answer anything.
Sure. If anyone has any questions, not pertaining to a reading, which I did put that in the description of the show, that we're not doing any readings or anything, but anything. Yeah. Yeah, like a clarification if you're not sure, what clairaudient is or clairvoyant is, if I can help out maybe in some way and explain to them further what that is. But it's a gift that was passed down to me through my father's side. I'm hoping he's listening tonight. Hi, Dad, if you are. He's tickled pink that his daughter has now been on 2 radio shows, so he's just very proud of me that I have this gift. And he on several occasions has even sent family members to me for different reasons to help them. So, which I have done from time to time. I hope have helped the family member. But yeah, so it's a fun gift sometimes, and sometimes it's not. So, especially if you have to give bad news. Yeah, that's not always.
But it's just very difficult sometimes. I mean, if I'm not seeing, people don't understand the psychology actually behind being a psychic. We all have free will. And just because I see something happening, I can say, here's path A. If you take path A, this is what I feel is going to happen. If you take path B, this is what I feel is going to happen. But because everybody is born with free will, they can take path C and have a totally different journey. That's something that they have to contend with. I can't do anything about that. I can only tell them what I see and hear. They have to make their own choice whether or not to take the advice. Right. It's like I said, sometimes it's a difficult journey that I am taking, having this, psychic gift. When I was much, much, much younger, I would come out with some things that my mother, much to her chagrin, she would be like, "Where did you get that, Diane?" Or, "Why are you saying that?" And I would be like, "I don't know." And she would usually chastise me because it would be something that was not quite appropriate for the situation, but inevitably turned out that I was correct when I said it. So, but used to drive my mother crazy, like I said, much to her chagrin, that her daughter was psychic. Now, my dad, on the other hand, takes it in his stride and thinks it's hilarious and is very proud of me. So, but anyways, if anyone would like a reading, they can certainly contact me on Facebook first and be a friend, become a friend. My Facebook name is Diane Psychic Medium Pate, and they can, like I said, they can ask to be a Facebook friend, and then they can find out. I have to charge something for my readings. I don't charge a great deal for them, but I have to charge something, only because if I didn't, people would come out of the woodworks bombarding me with question after question after question after question, and I would just like go crazy. So I have to take the serious ones who really want answers and kind of weed it out, weed people out that way by charging a little something. So,
right.
As you know, Brian, my first love is being a school bus driver, so which I love. Yeah. So.
Yes, I know. I've seen your pictures. You've been doing it for a very long time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I do believe we do have a question, though.
Okay, if someone has a question, I'll try to answer it.
Sherry, you have a question?
One of the questions that came through is, do you have a lot of spirits who try contacting you on like a daily basis?
I do.
Yeah.
No, I do not.
Say like every minute. I was trying to reword that.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I understand the question. I do not. I don't. I can't answer why I don't. I can only say that I do not. It's very difficult for me to go into a restaurant sometimes because I do get bombarded from a lot of conversations. I can't stress that enough. I get literally bombarded from my angels saying, stay away from this one, don't talk to that one, whatever. So, going to a party, like a Halloween party, is nearly impossible for me because everybody's energy comes at me, and it's not always very good energy. Sometimes it's very bad energy. So I try to shut it out. I try to, block it, so to speak, but sometimes it's impossible because the angels just want to talk. But no, for the most part, they're actually pretty quiet. The only time that I usually get messages is actually from when I'm doing a reading. When I'm actually doing a reading, that's usually when I get messages. So I've asked them not to bother me. Otherwise, not to wake me up in the middle of the night to give me messages. I've asked them not to, bother me when I'm talking to people. And they've actually been quite polite about not bothering me. But like I said, sometimes when I'm in a room full of people, whether it be a party, whether it be a restaurant, they direct me away from the bad energy. So they will talk to me and direct me away from bad energy. So that they will do. But for the most part, no, I don't get bothered like a lot of other psychics do. I can't answer why. That's the only explanation I have. Because I've asked them not to. I've asked them, please, if you want me to do this job don't bother me when I'm sleeping. So.
Interesting.
Does anybody
Brian, are you
else
okay?
I am perfectly fine. So as people can see on Facebook Live, I have a door right here. That's my
Yes.
bathroom door right here. It's moving.
Really?
just
While you're
closed.
talking to me?
Oh, I see it.
It's just open, and now it's open
You're
again.
actually,
So
for
it's
some
free-
reason,
oh.
you're locked up on my Facebook page. You're locked up, so I can't see
Oh.
that happening. But while you're talking to me, it's actually moving.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw
I love it when stuff like that happens.
on my screen. Yeah, I
Wow.
actually thought, oh, it's moving.
Wow.
Yeah.
I heard it.
Somebody's saying hi to you, Brian. Somebody's saying hi to you.
Well, yeah, that's
See, I saw it open.
fantastic. Hello and goodbye.
Yeah.
You are quite away from it as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Wow. But no, I've learned to embrace the mediumship part of my gift. It's not one of my most favorite things to do because inevitably, people they want so badly to talk to their loved one on the other side, and they don't always come through, and someone else might come through. As a matter of fact, last year at this time, I went out to Lee to do a reading for someone, and she wanted to talk to her sister who had passed over, and actually her father and her brother came through. And it was a challenge to hear what the father or my angels, because my angels are talking to your angels. Everyone has them. Everyone has an angel. Okay? So what happened was I got a letter. And this, again, remember what I said. I said, when I'm doing mediumship, I will get a name or something that only that person knows about. And I said, I'm hearing the letter V. And it's either the second name begins with V or it's the second letter in the first name, like Yvonne. But I said, I don't feel this is a woman. This is a male energy that's coming through. And I said, but I feel that it's the second name and it's the first letter of a second name. And she's like running through all these people in her mind, and finally a light bulb went off in her head. And she said, oh my gosh, my father's middle name is Victor. And that's how he chose to come through. That's how he chose to prove to her that I was talking with him, or that my angels were talking with him. So, yeah, it's like I said, it's not everyone gets the person that they want to talk to that will come through. Whoever comes through comes through. But I tell people, don't tell the psychic who you want to talk to. Let them do the work, because you don't know if they're really talking to your loved one. That's why my angels will give you something that only you would know. That's proof. That's proof positive that they're talking to me.
Right.
So, yeah. So, like I said, I've learned to embrace
one more question,
that.
Diane.
Mm-hmm.
Diane, I'm so sorry. We're running out of time, but we have one more question. I was wondering if you could answer it real quick for a listener.
Sure. I can try.
She says, does she ever cross paths with other people who have gifts and can sense it?
Say that again. I didn't understand the question.
Do you ever cross paths with other people who have gifts and can sense it?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All the time. Yes. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Very good.
Even within my own family, I can sense that. Yeah. Because I have a couple cousins that are definitely, yeah. And I've told them, you definitely have a gift as well. But I'm the only one that that is tuned into my angels and listens to them. But that's a good question. Yes, I can. I do run across people. My angels will direct them to me. Yeah. Mhm. So
Excellent.
I know you said we were running out of time, so I just want to say thank you again to the both of you for having me on your show. This has been such a wonderful dream of mine to be able to talk on a radio show about my gifts. And also, just for a little side thing too, I'm also a licensed manicurist. So people can come to my home, get a manicure and a pedicure and a reading at the same time.
Wow. Well, there you go.
How's that for one-stop shopping?
That's
one-stop shopping.
Get those Halloween nails put on. Yeah.
So, but anyways, thank you again. And so I guess I'll be hanging up now then.
Hold on 1 second. I just want to confirm for those listening or watching us that the way for people to get in contact with you is to find you on your Facebook page.
Yes.
Which
is Diane, Psychic Medium Pate. Okay.
And then they can just send you a Facebook message, hey, I'm interested in whatever, and then you can just, you do the details yourself.
Yes, and work out a detail and then provide my telephone number, yes.
Perfect. Okay.
Because I do readings on the phone, by email, if someone, back and forth messages me on Facebook and asks me a question, I can do it that way. Yes.
Okay.
In person. If someone that lives here in the Berkshires wants to come to my home for a reading, I will either go to your home as well. As long as you live in the Berkshires, I'll come to your home. Or if somebody even that lives in the Berkshires that might be listening, I know that you guys have family and friends that are in the Berkshires. So if somebody wants to have a party, I'll be happy to do that too. I love parties. That's actually my favorite thing to do is parties. As long as they're not spooky Halloween parties. I am actually not a Halloween person, so no. Nope. Masks and clowns and all that kind of stuff scares the bejesus out of me. I don't want it.
Wow.
So, but anyways, all right. Well, it's been such a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me be the first guest to kick off your spooky October.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Diane, that's so much fun. Good night, Diane.
Good night, everybody. Have a great night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Right. Well, there you have it. So finally she came onto the show. We had a reason for her to come on. So psychic medium Diane Pate, who has watched the show for I don't know how long now. I think a little over a year now. She watches on Facebook Live. So don't forget, if you want a reading or a manicure or tarot cards, which, obviously she says she doesn't need, go to Diane Psychic Medium Pate, which is her Facebook, which you can find because she was just in the chat room here, and I'm pretty sure she's still watching. Hello, Nancy. Nancy's my neighbor. Hello. So she's probably down there. Oh, no, I don't see her. So go to her Facebook page, send her a message, just letting her know that you're interested, and she'll do all the details with you for a reading or whatever it is that you're looking for. And I hope that she helps many more people. So that was a very good interview.
It was good. She's very informative. I like that.
Yeah.
Guess who don't leave you with a lot of questions to ask, but
yeah, I really didn't. I was going to ask her a very important question.
Oh.
Pretty sure that I can ask her off whenever I want because I can just talk to her whenever I feel like it. But so, yeah, I'll just ask her that. Because my question was, what does she feel about these reality mediums that are on TV?
That would have been a great question.
Yeah, I would like to know her. If she's still watching, I'm pretty sure that she can answer in the chat room. So, oh, see, she's in the chat room. There you go. Well, she'll hear my question. All right, so continuing on with the spookiness of this show, we are kind of close to a lot of haunted places here in Massachusetts. And for those who are not aware, that are watching and listening, Sherry and I are in Berkshire County, which is located in Massachusetts, western Massachusetts. So, and we have a couple of haunted places here in Berkshire County that are well known. So we're just going to quickly rattle off the list and just give some information. So, Sherry, what is the number one haunted place on the list?
Well, I have Tanglewood.
Oh my, really?
Yeah.
I would never have thought. I've been there a gazillion times. So
right.
is Diane.
And just so those who aren't around here know, Tanglewood is a summer home to the Boston Symphony Orchestra. And it boasts 2 haunted houses in the Tanglewood grounds. So it's really interesting.
Oh, I think I know those houses. I don't think I've ever been in those houses, but yeah. Oh, I did not know that.
Well, they say that Tanglewood Estate, after his wife Olga died in 1978, guests and VPs stayed there to have experienced cold spots, strange noises from empty rooms, and presences roaming throughout the place. Interesting. I never heard of the Tanglewood before.
No, I didn't either. That's very interesting. So,
what's the second?
The second one on the list is the Mount. We all know what the Mount is. The Mount is, of course, Edith Wharton's historic estate.
Yes.
It's also well known to the locals as another haunted house because it was her house. Mm-hmm. Ghosts are reported to date back to the Mount days as the Fox Howell Girls Preparatory School, because it was a school before that, I believe. And media coverage reached the pinnacle when it appeared on an episode of the Sci-Fi Channel's Ghost Hunters, because they were there. And I did see that episode of Ghost Hunters. So the most commonly reported happenings at the Mount are mysterious footsteps, creaking floors, oh Jesus, doors closing, which is not moving anymore, and sensations of being watched. The former artistic director for the Berkshire Theater Festival reported seeing an apparition of Edith, along with a man she thought resembled Henry James, who was a close friend and a frequent visitor at the Mount. So, and it is a tourist spot. So just letting you know that. What else is on the list?
We have Fulton Mansion.
Okay.
Is the most promoted haunted house in the Berkshires due to the fact that the Berkshire Paranormal Group, founded in 2005, uses the mansion as their base. I didn't know that. The group has hosted tours, haunted sleepovers, and paranormal-themed weekend conferences. And the mansion is associated with the deaths of 4 people in 1914. So that might be why. They experience slamming doors, loud knocking noises, hearing voices, cold spots, lights turning on and off, and frequent experiences of being touched or pushed by something invisible. I don't know if I'd like that, Brian. I don't know if I could go in there. Being touched and pushed? Yeah, that's kind of... I don't know about that one.
Yeah. The Houghton Mansion is located in North Adams, Massachusetts. The next one on the list is the Hoosick Tunnel. Everybody knows about the Hoosick Tunnel, unless you're not from here. The Hoosick Train Tunnel was proposed in 1819 and started in 1851. The tunnel was finished in 1875, known as the Bloody Pit. because almost 200 people died in the tunnel before the first train ever made it through the tunnel. Workers died in many different, ugly, rather grisly ways, from suffocating and drowning. Workers, to be blown to bits in explosions and murdered. So people have seen and heard unexplained phenomena in the tunnel as long back as 1868. Phantom workers, disappearing and reappearing lights, echoes of screams and moans have been reported by several hundred witnesses. So I ain't going in there, Amanda. Amanda says where we all start going starting Halloween, 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. next day, night of fright. Oh, cool. All right, what's next? What's last of the most places?
The Eunice Williams covered bridge. In 1704, Mohawk Indians savagely attacked the village of Deerfield, killing many citizens and taking over 100 hostages, including the town's minister and his wife. And it's gruesome. At least some of their children died, some lived. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of detail because there's quite a bit here. And yeah, it's just things have been spotted there.
Okay.
A ghost can be seen at night in the water or inside the covered bridge, and so they named it after her. I don't know. Sorry, I was trying to shorten it up. It's a long article.
It is. So it's Eunice Williams.
Right, Eunice Williams.
And the bad thing about this is that she had just given birth.
Oh, okay.
Hours before this whole attack. And this is in 1704, for crying out loud. So
I've never even heard of this one before.
Yeah. So very interesting. So there's some horror places that we can visit one of these days. So, all right. So the other thing that we're going to be talking about, because this is the marathon for movies, horror movies especially. So, and we want to let everybody know the top 150 movies, which we're going to break up and just name the name and the year that it came out, and maybe it'll jog some memories, and maybe you might want to go and watch this or whatever. So we'll break it up between the month. We'll give everyone a list of what we think people should see, pretty much. So, all right. Here we go. Oh, boy. Number 150. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. Really?
I guess so. I don't like horror flicks, so sorry guys, I'm not much into these, but Hellraiser is number 149.
Yeah. I've never seen any of those. Hellraiser, I've never seen any of those. However, number 148 is Candyman. We have all seen Candyman. And if you have not seen Candyman, there's something wrong with you. So, yeah.
Oh, I can't even pronounce this.
We're just going to skip 147 because it's in...
Sallow, I guess.
It's called Sallow or whatever. It's, I'm going to say it's Spanish. We're going to skip down to 146.
Basket Case.
Basket Case. That sounds familiar.
1982.
All right. In 1979, they had, what's it called?
Phantasm.
Phantasm. Okay. And then in 2007, number 144 is The Mist. I did see The Mist. That was kind of creepy.
The Mist, yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, I think everyone at some point in their life has seen number 143, A Nightmare on Elm Street. And this one is the third, I believe, Dream Warriors, 1987 that came out. gosh, I feel so old.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when that came out.
Oh, my God. Everybody knows The Ring. The Ring came out in 2002.
Yeah.
That's the one with isn't that the one with the creepy girl that comes through the TV?
Yeah.
That's just nasty. So we're going to skip down to number 140 because I don't know the other one. So, yeah.
Kill List.
Kill List.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That was in 2012, so it wasn't too long ago. They got a 79.44% score on that.
Mm.
Like a C movie.
And then after that, one of your other favorite ones?
My favorite?
Sure, I don't know.
I don't have really favorites, but it's The New Nightmare with Freddy Krueger is back, and that came. Let me see. That was just. It was like 10 years later. He came back.
Pretty much, yeah.
Scanners in 1981. Eden Lake.
I've never heard of any of these movies. Who did this list? Who created this list?
I don't know.
All right, we're going to jump down to number 133 because I've never heard of any of these movies.
Oh, Scream.
Oh, yeah.
Who hasn't seen Scream? Come on. Has everyone seen Scream? Because Scream was so popular in 1996. That was like the movie to go see. I did see that one, Brian. I did see. Even I seen that one.
Yeah. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, look at that. Number 126, if we keep jumping down over all these B movies. Scream 2 came out a year later. So, hello, Robert.
That's because the first one went over so well. So.
Yes, that is true. Yeah. So, and one of my all-time favorites, I'm going to keep skipping down. So we're at
That's okay.
1. So we're at 121 on the list here.
Okay.
Tremors. Do you remember Tremors?
Oh, yeah. I've seen that, yeah. I was afraid to go outside for the longest time. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, Tremors is definitely one of the popular ones. 1990, it got 85 percentile score. Actually, it was adjusted to 86.7. So they did fairly well. I think they came out with another one, but I'm not positive on that.
Yeah, they actually did. So anyways, we're just going to keep going down because some of these movies I've never even heard of, and I'm pretty sure that people just don't really care.
Others with Nicole Kidman. That was one.
I did see that one.
Yeah.
That one was creepy. Not creepy, but creepy enough to like, because when I saw it, I had no clue that, well, anyways, I don't know if people have seen it or whatnot, but you should go out there. So what we'll do is we'll continue this list next week. And don't forget, everyone, next week is author, paranormal researcher, investigator, friend of the show, part of the family here, Sylvia Schultz will be here on the show next Thursday, starting at 9 o'clock. So don't miss that show, or else I'm going to send whatever ghost is in my bathroom to your house. So, with that being said, I want to thank Diane Pate for coming onto the show and telling everyone about her gift, what she does, and hopefully people reach out to her and, you know, she can help a couple people here in Berkshire County. So other than that, Spooky October will continue next week. That's pretty much all I have to say, I think, Sherry. I don't know. Is there anything else?
Just thank you all for listening tonight. Once again, thank you to Diane Pate, psychic medium, for joining us tonight and telling us all about her And just can't wait till next week to see and be able to talk to Sylvia Schultz. So, and Brian, it was a pleasure, as always.
Always, yes, as always. All right, everyone, have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you next Thursday here at 9 o'clock. Sylvia Schultz will be on the show, so it's going to be a good show. Thanks, Nancy. I'll have to pick you up one. All right, everyone. So, like I said, have a great weekend, and we'll talk to everyone next Thursday. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Where is it?
Change those pants. That's all for the show. Happy Halloween from the Brian and Sherry Show.